Mallory mentioned, this weekend, the Festival of Books. A lot of authors, just book lovers, illustrators heading down to Tucson for the big event. And we actually got to speak to R.L. Stine. So, those of you who don't know, he's the author of the Goosebumps series.
Yeah.
Huge. It had its 30-year reunion in 2022. It's been around for 30 years.
That's crazy. I remember going to book fairs growing up and being like, I have to get all the Goosebumps books.
I know.
And so it just kind of shows that it trickled down through all the different generations, because I can't believe it's 30 years old. Because I'm only 21, so that's crazy.
Exactly. And so we spoke to him, talked about what got him interested in becoming an author, how he really didn't know he was going to be a children's horror author, and then a little bit about a new Goosebumps book that actually came out 2 days ago.
Cool.
Yeah.
I never planned to be scary. I was always funny. I was jovial Bob Stine, and I wrote joke books for kids, and I did a humor magazine for 10 years called Bananas. And it's an embarrassing story because it wasn't my idea to be scary. It was another editor, a friend of mine. She said, I bet you could write a good scary novel. Go home and write a book called Blind Date. She even gave me the title, and I didn't know what she was talking about. So I ran to the bookstore to see what teen horror was and what other people were writing. And I figured out, I wrote this book, Blind Date, and it came out. It was a #1 bestseller. And I thought, wait a minute, what's going on here? Maybe forget the funny stuff. And I've been scary ever since. My middle grade audience is 7 to 12-year-olds. That's the best audience there is. I don't know why anyone would want to write for adults. I really don't. My kids, this age group, I get them the last time in their lives they'll ever be enthusiastic. I was doing a teen series called Fear Street, and Fear Street is still around. We were, killing off teenagers every month. It's fun. People love that. I don't know why. They love it when you kill teenagers. And my editors came to me and said, no one has ever done a horror series for 7 to 12-year-olds. Maybe we should try it. And I said, no, I don't want to. That's the kind of businessman I am. I didn't want to do Goosebumps because I thought it would mess up my Fear Street audience. And they kept after me and kept after me. And finally I said, okay, if I can think of a good name for the series, maybe we could try 2 or 3. One day, I was reading TV Guide, and in those days, they had all the TV listings in the middle of the magazine. And I was going through the magazine, and there was a little ad on the bottom of the page. It said, it's Goosebumps Week on Channel 11. And I just stared at it. I knew there it was. That's where the name came from. There it was. I said, all right, we'll try 2 or 3. And now 31 years later, I'm still doing it. 31 years of this stuff. The newest one, which just came out yesterday, is called Goblin Monday. So I had that title. Thought, well, okay, goblins. What if a kid visits somebody and there's goblins in the garden? And that title led me to the story of the book. And so I kind of work backwards for most authors. Most authors get the idea first, and later they think of the title. But I always get the title first.